Hello, YouTube family. How's everybody doing? Everybody's doing well. I have some scriptures I want to read from my Bible, and there'll be some little stories after the scriptures. This is Proverbs 21:2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the hearts. Ashley had just gotten a job she had been wanting for 3 years. Finally, her life was where she wanted it to be. As she led a women's Bible study at church, she sang in the choir, was engaged to a great guy, and now with the new job, everything was just right on the outside. Who would have ever thought that God wasn't pleased with what he saw in Ashley's heart? She really thought that she was leading a good life. Everything was picture perfect on the outside, and quite a few women envied her. But Ashley was just going through the motions of what looked like a Christian life. God sees our outward deeds, but He's only pleased with them when a right heart goes along with them. It's easy to think that you're living as God wants you to, but remember to pray through every decision you make. Sometimes pride can lead you to believe that you're being the godly person that you should be just because of the things you're a part of or have accomplished. Find a quiet place and evaluate your heart. Check your motives for why you do what you do. God loves acts of worship from a pure heart. Amen. Okay, this one is Isaiah 53:6. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. God had a purpose in mind when He made you. His idea was that you would be His friend, love Him, and do things His way. Somehow, though, it seemed better to you to do things your way. Eventually, you found yourself a long way from God. A sheep who wanders astray from the shepherd is in big trouble because the shepherd is the one who keeps him safe and makes sure he has all the things he needs. God is your shepherd, and when you decide to go your own way instead of His, you put some distance between you and the person who has everything you need. It seemed important to God for you to understand that you have wandered away from Him. All we, like sheep, have gone astray. That could be a downer. But this verse is actually part of a very hopeful message, telling what Jesus is like and what He did for the sheep who had walked away from God. He bore the sin of many. He made intercession for the transgressions. Now you can find your way back to the shepherd. going to read Isaiah 53:12. Therefore, I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul into death, and he was numbered with the transgressors. And he, Jesus, bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. Amos 5:14. Seek God. Seek good and not evil, that you may live. So the Lord God of hosts will be with you, as you have spoken. A lot of groups and nations claim to have God on their side. Sometimes even the opposing sides in a war will say their cause is the one God favors. But God said that this promise is conditional. He's with you if you stop doing the wrong thing and start doing the right thing. Easier said than done. In fact, relying on your own ability, you'll think it's impossible. Even David failed to obey God at times, but David was quick to turn back to God when he messed up. David understood what God really wanted. You do not delight in burnt offerings, he told God. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. These, O God, you will not despise. God wants a perfect heart, one that you constantly wash with repentance and forgiveness. When God says you must start doing right, He's not looking for exact perfection. He's looking for someone who really wants to obey Him, who will pray like David did, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. If that's what you want, He is definitely on your side. Ooh, amen. Let's see how the time we got. Okay, one more. James 4:6-10. But He gives more grace. Therefore, He says, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and He will lift you up. The way up with God, the way toward honor, is to be humble. God is looking for men and women who will be genuinely humble. He doesn't want a fake humility that says, I'm really a nothing, but is conceited and arrogant on the inside. Some people think that humility means really believing that you are nothing. No way. True humility is knowing and recognizing who God is and who you are. God says that through Christ you can do all things. He rejoices and sings because of you. You are not a nothing. Being humble does not mean acting like a doormat. It means that you know for certain that you are strong through Jesus Christ. It means that you are secure enough to serve others and not care what people think. You are strong enough to pull people into your group who would be avoided by most people. You are secure enough to really care about someone who often gets left out, and you show it. Pride and arrogance have no place with God. Jesus measures strength not by how cool you act, but by your humility. Look at John 13:3-17. You'll see a great picture of Jesus' humility. Working on humility in your life will help you be more like Him, and that's what it's all about. Amen. Alright, that's it for the reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it meant something to you. And until I read to you again, God bless you all. Goodbye.